You smell that? That's Dachsbun battling at the pond. For all you newcomers, our exciting Battle at the Pond series is where we train the same Pokemon in secret and reveal our strategies live. Our goal is to inspire out-of-the-box thinking and showcase the boundless possibilities of Pokemon training. It's all about embracing creativity and showing that there's no one way to train a Pokemon. Let's dive into it.
Thought it would be really cool, and it's just popped into my head. If the way Fidough evolved was, if it was hit by a fire-type move.
Right? It has to be burned.
Oh god.
No, that's the other form. Burnt dog.
Oh man.
Dachsbun is our third of the Paldean doggos. It is a fairy type, taking 2 times damage from poison and steel, half damage from fighting bug and dark, and no damage from dragon types. Its abilities are Well-Baked Body, which is unique to this Pokemon, where it receives no damage from fire-type moves and boosts its defense stats by 2 stages. And its hidden ability is Aroma Veil. Its base stat totals are 477, with hit points at 57, attack at 80, defense at 115, special attack at 50, special defense at 80, and a speed of 95. Changing the script a little bit, I'm going to start off because I don't want people thinking I'm copying. For starters, I gave my Dachsbun the ability Well-Baked Body because I really like that whole immunity to fire. And there's a lot of fire users out there. I also gave it the item Leftovers to heal every turn. The moves I gave it were Sweet Scent, Play Rough, Trailblaze, and Snarl. So I basically am trying to just break down their evasion and lower their attack rating while being able to deal some chip damage to them as well as capitalize on that play rough damage. Because I'm going defensive on this, I boosted its defense and speed by 252 each. The rest of the points went into attack. I gave it a Jolly Nature to help boost the speed. And for Terra typing, I gave it Grass because I wanted to entice people to use those fire type moves to boost that defense for me. And utilizing Trailblaze gives me a speed boost every time I use it.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Very, very close to copying that build, honestly. Well, some parts of that build, because like I was also thinking about going like a Well-Baked Body with a Terra type Grass build, which was pretty nuts in my opinion, because like Grass is only weak to like fire, flying, and ice.
Fire, flying, bug, poison, and ice.
Oh, I totally forgot about those. Oh my god, I'm a failure as a trainer. But yeah, like, cause like, yeah, I was thinking about that too. Like, oh yeah, now it has another immunity with Well-Baked Body, and then like having the Grass type, Terra type base. Like, yeah, come on, use those fire moves up. Do it. And then the fact that you also put like Trailblazer on there too, so like that's even more damage. Plus you're getting that speed boost. The fact that you also went like, the Jolly Nature, right? You want a Jolly Nature, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So like that helps out a lot more. Can't go wrong. Play rough. Chance at lowering the opponent's attack so that you have more use for your defense, and like, yeah, Sweet Set, right, to lower evasion, always very nice. And Snarl, and Snarl, always good to help with its tankiness, and then of course the Leftovers too. So
Firstly, I do really like the build, but what shocked me the most was Sweet Scent. I would have never have expected that, but definitely makes a lot of sense given the scope of your build. Snarl, also very good choice, and I love how you're trying to goad out all those fire types into using their fire type attacks to boost your defense, I believe it is. Yeah, that's pretty solid. I like it a lot.
What are your thoughts about our Dachsbun builds? How would you train one? Let us know down below.
This is Croissant, the Dachsbun. I gave it the Steel Terra type, similar to your reasoning to try and goad out fire types, but also because it's a fairy type, if my opponent is a poison type or decides to go Terra Poison, unless they have corrosion, they won't be able to damage my Dachsbun with any poison type moves. Held item I gave it was the Clear Amulet to stop opposing Pokemon lowering its stats. Ability was Well-Baked Body, so if a fire type does hit me, it will then boost the defense. Subsequently, I won't take any super effective damage because I'd be Terra Steel. Moves are Agility to boost speed, Play Rough, Stomping Tantrum, and Terra Blast to capitalize on the Steel Terra type. Stat spread is 252 HP, and I did put 252 into special defense just to try and get the defense stats a bit more equal, so it's a bit more balanced against both physical and special attackers. And I gave it the jolly nature to boost its initial speed.
Once again, I do love having that tear typing to go with big body to like kind of try and force your opponents to put in that fire type move against you. And then also, of course, having that immunity with steel against poison moves, unless they have corrosion. Also a very nice touch. Once again, you went with like play rough, and you're using that for that, lower that attack on the opponent. Plus, you also have that Stomping Tantrum build. You do miss. Use Stomping Tantrum next turn for that extra damage. Agility to help raise that speed. Definitely. And then, that Terra Blast. You can never go wrong with Terra Blast. If you need that, you might as well just put it on, honestly. And then, with the jolly nature to emphasize on that speed.
I can see where you went with the similarities. Although I'm not going to lie, I completely whiffed on the steel Terra typing, and I think that's going to be my big change right there, because not only are you going to get that immunity to the poison, where I would still be susceptible to it in grass Terra typing, you resist so much, and it didn't even hit me into that direction. So that's definitely a big ball drop on my part, but that you're capitalizing on, and I love that. The agility is a great idea to boost that speed. The Terra Blast, I usually don't use that move, and I keep forgetting it's a thing because of it changes its typing to match whatever the user is. It's a great move. It's a great idea, especially with this. And when someone tries to hit you with something that might be weak against steel types, trying to nail you out, you've got the advantage automatically. And even if you don't, it still gives you a fairy type move that you can use down the road. This is really well done.
Thank you very much.
I can say this for sure. We are team big body. There's nothing wrong using Aroma Veil, but then when you think about like having another immunity to something, I feel like that trumps over anything else. I feel like I probably could have gone with Aroma Veil too with this build as well now, so do feel free to switch it out to that. But my Dachsbun, Quasel, is holding the item leftovers for sustainability. I didn't really think much on its Terra typing, so I kind of just left it at Fairy as well. Its stat spread is a little bit weird. I don't know why I did it this way. I can't remember why now. Full 252 on HP. I went 128 into defense, 124 into special defense, and then the rest into speed. I probably should have taken off maybe another 4 points on the defense and make it speed +8 instead of +4. Or I could even minus enough to make it +12, just to outspeed a few more things. I did go with a careful nature though, so help with its survivability a little bit more, because I'm not really going to be focusing on its special attack. Actually, I'm not going to be focusing on any of its attacks in general, because I went with a very support Dachsbun. So for starters, substitute, so that it can, stay on the field a little bit longer as well, or at least have that free turn of not getting hit. I have work up to raise its attack and special attack. You'll see why. And then I have wish as well, because wish is a very nice. And now with wish in your mind, the next move, Baton Pass. Last and final move, Baton Pass. So kind of just have it more of a staller / healer with a little bit of, damage boosting as well. So just like a full-on support Dachsbun. Honestly, like looking at it, it's like it does have a nice move pool, or a decent move pool in my opinion, but like I just couldn't see myself like really doing much with it except for this.
Yeah, I really like the combination of Wish and Baton Pass. I do also like how you decided to sort of stray away from the path of Fury and go more towards the path of support. I do really like that. It is a really solid build. And I must say, although it's not very build specific, you did mention Aroma Veil. And I do think that ability in itself would be for a very specialized Dachsbun build. Like, so your higher level competitive players might be able to capitalize on that a bit better.
Really?
Just because, like I said, it is a very specialized ability in my opinion. But overall, very solid build. And I'm glad that we're all team well-baked body, because there's nothing better than freshly baked bread.
I think the fact that you went support is really interesting, because it embodies the spirit of this particular series, where Chase and I went left, you went right. And it's still, I think, a solid build, especially when you think about well-baked body. If you're in a 2v2 situation, you can pair it with a fire-type partner and Lava Plume. And there's a handful of Pokemon that have Lava Plume. So you can turn around and just start using Lava Plume and hit your Dachsbun, which is now immune to fire damage, boost that by 2, then baton pass that defense boost into something else. Or you can combine it with Trailblaze, so you're not only getting a defense boost, but you're also getting a speed boost, or even the way Chase did with agility. And now you're just dropping +4 on somebody. And I think utilizing that was a great idea. I literally just popped a bunch of thoughts in my head as I was listening to your build, so way to go. Dachsbun is so unassuming, and as far as it goes, and I know I struggled a little bit with trying to figure out a really good way to build this particular one out, but it didn't even dawn on me about maybe using it as a you get, again, Yawn, Howl. It gets Copycat as well as far as moves goes. Its offensive stats are alright to begin with. Well, at least its attack stat is, not so much as special defense. But it does get some really good setup moves too, like Misty Terrain.
Prevent those status ailments. Let's go.
And its own ability of Aroma Veil will prevent getting locked up into a specific move, so Encore would be completely useless. And with that, brings our episode to a close. Also, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. And as always, have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Arrivederci.